The Dolly Parton song played at the end of the Penguin episode 1 perfectly captures where Oz Cobb's path is leading him in his DC solo series. HBO's The Penguin introduces the most complex version of the villain ever put on screen so far, with a short temper and a twisted mind, but also with empathy towards the people he feels identified with and an aversion towards terrorists like the Riddler. Oz Cobb is an inherent part of Gotham's criminal underworld in the Batman universe, but the Penguin reveals that he's far from being the most powerful gangster in Gotham. Expanding Matt Reeves' The Batman franchise, the Penguin adopts a similarly grounded tone and realistic stakes. Gone are the top hat and the monocle from the comic books, as well as the inhumanly long nose and the black blood from Tim Burton's Batman Returns. Colin Farrell's Oz Cobb is simply a well-known criminal with ties to the Falcone family and the drop business. And as the Penguin Episode 1 soundtrack suggests, Oz sees himself as the hero of his own story. The Penguin Episode 1 ends with Dolly Parton's 9 to 5. Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 appears twice in the Penguin Episode 1. Renzi Feliz, Colin Farrell and Kristen Milioti in the Penguin TV show Custom Image by Andy Bebacht. Dolly Parton's 9 to 5, released in 1980 alongside the eponymous comedy film co-starring Parton herself, first appears in the Penguin Episode 1 when Oz Cobb and his sidekick Victor Aguilar enter Oz's second car. Oz quickly scrambles to turn off the radio, but the song reappears not long afterward, during the Penguin Episode 1's animated credits. Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 scores the Penguin Episode 1's credits shortly after Oz and Cobb deliver Alberto Falcone's corpse to Sofia Falcone, a seemingly odd song choice to accompany such a twisted plan. The chorus of Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 includes the lyrics. The Penguin's animated credits are followed by traditional credits scored by the Penguin's main theme. Afterward, the Penguin Episode 1 includes a teaser trailer for the next upcoming episodes. This teaser features Oz Cobb saying, "I'm just a poor kid. Born out of nothing. Just got something to prove." The Penguin changes Oz Cobb's comic book backstory and adapts him to the gritty, realistically torn-down Gotham that Matt Reeves' The Batman introduced, which adds a little more context to the Penguin's use of Dolly Parton's working-class-themed 9 to 5 song. Why 9 to 5 is the perfect song for Colin Farrell's Oz. The Penguin Episode 1's end credits poke fun at Oz Cobb's peculiar psyche. Oz Cobb / the Penguin, Colin Farrell, in a meeting with the Falcone family in the Penguin Season 1 Episode 1 image via Max. Unlike his comic book counterpart, Colin Farrell's Oz Cobb comes from a working-class family. Oz's mother owns an old house in the suburbs, and Oz seems to have amassed his wealth through hard yet criminal work while working for the Falcone family. Oz has been working 9 to 5. Barely getting by, it's all talking, and no giving. Even though he has been a diligent ally to the Falcone family, he clearly doesn't hold any particular affection for them, and the feeling seems to be mutual. In Oz's mind, the Falcones just use his mind and he never gets the credit. Has finally let his place in the Falcone hierarchy drive him crazy, to the point that Alberto laughing at him made him snap. The Falcones think they got him where they want him, as Oz has been spending his life putting money in their wallet, but he now accepts that there's a better life awaiting him. Oz tells Victor that they must take what they believe is rightfully theirs by overthrowing the Falcones. However, Oz misunderstands the 9 to 5 struggle. Departing from Dolly Parton's sensible critique of oppressive systems, Oz just wants to replace the boss and run the show himself. Dolly Parton has another message in The Penguin. The Penguin features several strong yet flawed female characters. Dolly Parton wrote 9 to 5 as the main theme of the 1980 comedy of the same name, which follows three women, played by Dolly Parton, Jane Fonda, and Lily Tomlin, as they overthrow their bigoted boss. Directed by Colin Higgins, 9 to 5 was a very successful film that spawned a TV show and a Broadway musical. Hence, the addition of Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 in the Penguin Episode 1's ending and animated credits is also a nod to the Penguin's female characters, who all have a certain degree of influence over Oz Cobb.